What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Tuesday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott and it's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate taking the time out to consume the content. It is going to be a quick one this morning. Flirt through it and then you can go and watch the video because I need to get to work. I'm a little bit late. But interview of Brad Garlinghouse with Julia Chatterley of CNN. You check it out on her Twitter and follow the links. Julia Chatterley. If you can't quite read it, screenshot it and flip it. You know the score. So CEO Brad Garlinghouse compares Ripple to the earliest days of Amazon. Now this is what I'm talking about, whereas at the moment they're just doing remittance email, the Ripple, the remittance company, Ripple, the blockchain remittance company. In the future, it's going to be Ripple, internet of the company that helped build the internet of value, the blockchain infrastructure, blockchain software provider, right? He's comparing it to Amazon. So basically, at the beginning of the article, it's got 2,000 years, incredible year for Ripple, says Brad Garlinghouse in an interview with Julia Chatterley. The year saw the shift from speculation that has driven crypto market to utility solving problems. Shifting the focus to on-demand liquidity. Ripple's focus is certainly on its on-demand liquidity solution, which Garlinghouse has said processes $50 million using XRP from the US to Mexico in a week. This has been 7.5% of all Mexican flows, which has been a substantial increase from about 3% in December. Just December, so it's doubled in a couple of months, ODL volume. Liquidity begets liquidity. And the more activity you see, the more follows. The largest digital asset exchange of Mexico, Bitso, is using XRP, through which, instead of being dependent upon the speculative trading of crypto, it represents institutional flows. And these 54 million flowing through Bitso is a big deal for their business, with Ripple CEO bringing other players. However, it's just one corridor. There is already a lot of demand, and Ripple is prioritizing new corridors, so they'll be expanding to other corridors while seeing the liquidity grow naturally. Now again, this comes back to the reach of the internet and stuff like that. They're just building reach of the internet, and then once they get the reach sorted, they will go to internet of value. They will begin to build the bigger picture of the internet of value. So the shift from Amazon books to Amazon. Garlinghouse shared Ripple's long-term goal of becoming Amazon. As he explained, in the earliest days of Amazon, it was called Amazon Books. As a bookseller, it competed with Barnes & Noble and with hoarders. Ripple, he said, is viewed today as a cross-border payments company, but sees himself as a blockchain infrastructure company. Cross-border payments, he said, are just the first vertical. And we want to make sure we are winning in cross-border payments before we do another vertical. To get cross-border payments, corridors and reach sorted, then they can get down to building what they actually want to build, which is the internet of value. Yeah? This remittance and cross-border stuff is just to make the people at the top wake the fuck up to what this can actually do. To make bankers wake up and everyone who's doubting it wake up, because they're just sleeping on it. XRP, or the Fed coin, the regulatory clarity has also been because of the central banks taking a step towards creating their own digital currencies. This, according to Garlinghouse, is healthy and constructive for the entire crypto community. It makes sense because even at the Fed, it isn't given a crate of dollars rather than digitized centralized ledger entry, so there isn't any difference. Interesting. However, in most of Europe and the US, for the central bank to go directly to the customer and circumvent commercial banks doesn't make a lot of sense. Interesting. So it could mean Ripple will substitute XRP for the Fed coin one day. Garlinghouse is open to that, but says there will still be a cross-border settlement dynamic, and it doesn't change the need for a cross-border neutral like XRP, which has been extremely efficient. And that's where they're treading on the Triffin's dilemma then, without actually saying it. Mainly probably because they're a US-based media outlet who doesn't want to shit on the dollar and doesn't want to let half the world know that it's dodgy, with the Triffin's dilemma and all the other economical problems that can come with it. We need an independent bridge asset, and Brad knows that, America knows that, CNN knows that, tiptoeing around the fact that the dollar's done. Lastly but not least, there's an IPO really coming. Ripple is one of the most valued companies in the crypto space at 10 billion valuation, but given that Brad Garlinghouse talked about an IPO earlier this year, what could be the reason Ripple already having a very strong balance sheet? Garlinghouse did try to reflect. I don't think I've said go public. I think what I said was 2020 will likely have a crypto kind of blockchain IPOs. I don't think Ripple will be the first, but certainly, we certainly don't want to be the last. Interesting. However, he shared that IPO would mean more flexibility for the company, which would give them the strength to do new things and grow the business like they did last year by adding 100 new employees, while other companies in the space had layoffs. Like I say, guys, go and check out all the clips on the lovely Julia's Twitter. Yeah, she's got the link to the full video on there as well. Go and watch the full interview. Oh shit, they're breaking that phone. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get to site because I missed an induction I was supposed to have yesterday. No one told me I was supposed to have it, so I didn't really know. So I missed it. We can't miss it today. I need to be on the job. So enjoy the rest. Enjoy your day, guys. I will see you on the next one. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. Because a cheeky like, a cheeky subscribe, share it with your mates, and go and watch the long video on Twitter, on Julia's Twitter. Invest in the internet of value, invest in yourself, live long and hodl. We love crypto, we love XRP, and we love you. Peace. Take care.